What's up everybody, back with another Star Wars video, and this time we are on the should you summon for Rappa. Now, in my opinion, Rappa is a pretty cool character. Sure, her design is sick, her attacks look sick. The only missing piece she has is being meta. Well, I think Rappa will be just fine. You'll be able to clear stuff just fine. She definitely doesn't have the tools needed to be like phased out or anything, right? Like she's not overlapping Firefly as being the best super break character, which is unfortunate, right? Because that means she'll probably age faster than Firefly, or if we get a similar unit, she's probably gonna be outdated by that new unit, which I mean, most of the time, that's just how it is, right? Like, Fei Zhao is similar to Ratio because they're both in follow-up attack teams, right? But obviously, since Ratio was free and came out earlier, Fei Zhao's going to be better. So that's really just like the fate of every unit, right? But it's going to be especially hard with Rappa. However, you can still clear stuff with Ratio. You can still clear stuff with Rappa. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What it matters is, can you use this unit? Is she in a good spot? Is she better than free options? Is she better than, easily accessible options? Whatever it may be. Let's get into her kit, and then obviously at the end of the video, I'll give my thoughts on who you should use with her, so you get a better idea if you should summon, what Lycans you should use on her, and then obviously should you summon at the end. But let's jump into the video. So first things first, basic attack is the same old 100% attack, yada yada, basic, single target. You all heard the spiel, right? Then her skill deals imaginary damage equal to 120% of her attack to all enemies. Now, what is rather unfortunate, Jingyun has this issue too, is her skill doesn't do anything, right? Now, I'm not saying every character should have a skill that does something, but it would be really cool if she had, like, I don't know, boost like her attack or something, or maybe I don't know, did a bit more damage. That'd be cool. It's not like I'm just nitpicking because I wish that we would just we're at the point where units, no matter what they're doing, except for their basic attack, they're always buffing or debuffing or doing something to help them. And it sucks that her skill is just an AoE attack, right? But it is what it is, right? Let's get on to her enhanced basic. Her enhanced basic launches yeah, not gonna say that. Demon Bane. The first two hits deal magic damage equal to 100% of Rappa's attack on one designated enemy, and magic damage equal to 50%, I almost said 80, of Rappa's attack to adjacent targets, and the third hit deals magic damage equal to 100% of Rappa's attack to all enemies. Enhanced base attack will not recover skill points. It is unfortunate that that is a thing that pretty much happens to about every single enhanced basic attack character. It's only slightly annoying on some of them, but I wonder if they will ever change this to where we will get skill points, but for now, it's fine. Attacking enemies that do not have magic weakness can still reduce toughness, whose effect is equal to 50% of the original toughness reduction. When breaking weakness triggers a magic weakness break effect. Now, this is the saving grace, the fact that she can lower toughness regardless with her enhanced basic attack. That is very, very nice, because if you are a break character and you do not implant your own weakness, hello, cat. I don't know if you guys heard that, but cat's screaming at me. Anyway, if you do not enhance, or sorry, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Implant. There we go. I almost said debuff or enhance. Anyway, if you don't implant your own weakness onto the enemy, or just ignore toughness like Akron and just like go crazy, it's gonna be really rough, right? Now, one thing with Harmony MC, he's actually a really good DPS because of his skill. However, if you're not fighting an imaginary enemy, you're kind of screwed, and that really hurts the value of the break team, at least in my eyes. Obviously, if you're running Firefight, Linksha, and all of them, you'll be fine, right? But not being able to get that extra break in with the Harmony MC until you've broken it with other characters is unfortunate, because how much toughness it actually reduces. But end of the day, is what it is. Rappa is imaginary, so more than likely you're probably going to be using her against imaginary enemies, so the Harmony MC will be eating. But can you imagine if she implanted instead? That'd be so good. But luckily she has the other one that is still pretty solid. Then for her talent, each time the enemy's target is weakness broken, Rappa gains 1 point of charge, up to a max of 10 points. Rappa next launches the third hit of Demon Blade. Additionally, deals break damage equal to 60% Rappa's imaginary break damage to all enemies. This damage can ignore weakness types and reduce 2 toughnesses, consuming all charge. Each permanent charge increases the break damage multiplied by 30% and increases the toughness reduction, and that can ignore weakness type by 1. Breaking weakness and trigger imaginary weakness break. So just a little buff that you get her to get more weakness break off, which is pretty nice. Then we have down here her ultimate. Enter the Seafoam state, immediately gains 1 extra turn, obtains 3 points of chroma ink, increases the weakness break efficiency by 50% and break effect by 30%. While in Seafoam state, basic attack is enhanced. It's the enhanced basic attack that we talked about earlier, and skill and ultimate cannot be used. After using enhanced basic attack, consumes 1 point of chroma ink. When chroma ink is depleted, exits the seal form state. I call it Seafoam. Anyway, so pretty much what you want to do with her is you want to ult and then go into her blast. I wish it was all AoE, but I mean, hey, is what it is, I guess. Her enhanced basic and go crazy. Then we have her technique, which is probably one of the coolest techniques in the game, at least visually. After using technique, enters the graffiti state for 20 seconds. While in the graffiti state, move forward rapidly for a set distance and attacks any enemy's touch. During the rapid movement, can block all enemies' attacks. Using an attack in the graffiti state can end the state's duration early. After entering combat via attacking enemies, deals 30 toughness reduction regardless of weakness type, and break damage equals to 200% of Rappa's imaginary break damage to each enemy target. It deals break damage equal to 180 of Rappa's imaginary break damage to all adjacent targets. At the same time, regenerate 10 energy. The animation for this is cool. She's like on a surfboard, right? Definitely one of the cooler ones. I don't know if it's the new fastest traveling technique. We'll have to test that out. Might have to do a video on that. But it is still pretty fast and it's pretty cool. Then for her bonus traces, she has when enemy target becomes weakness broken, increase the break damage taken by 2%. If Rappa's current attack is higher than 2,400, for every 100 access stack, almost said 10. Imagine every 10, that'd be pretty nice. 100 access stack addition increases the value by 1% to a max additional increase of 8%. This effect lasts for 2 turns. So it's really not too much attack. It's what, 800, right? Which is pretty easily obtained. You want to stack attack anyway. Then, while in the seal form state, after Rappa uses enhanced base attack to deal damage to a weakness broken enemy target, it converts the toughness reduction from this instance to damage of 1 instance of 60% super break damage. Now, this is cool and all. Does this increase damage from super break? Like, if you have Harmony MC ult up, does this increase your damage? I might. Where is this located on the branch? 2 is right here. I might just max her out and then test on myself. Because I always wondered, I don't think it, don't quote me on this, but I feel like it's useless if you have Harmony MC because you're just having super break anyway. Does this end up increasing your damage at all? I actually don't know this. If it does, cool, I guess. Otherwise, I feel like this is kind of a waste to have super break stuff in your kit because more than likely you're just going to have Harmony MC anyway, right? Then, for 3 is when the weakness of an elite level enemy or higher is broken, Rappa gains 1 point of charge and regenerates 10 energy. Then for her stat bonuses, she has 28% attack, which, I mean, she wants more attacks to this. Speed, which is always good for break characters, and 13.3% break effect. So, she pretty much won out on the stat department. That's just a W. You can use everything. It's not like your DPS where you get defense or HP and you're like, okay, this is cool for survivability, but like attack percent, hello? In terms of her dupe, I don't recommend going for dupes, but she actually has some pretty nice dupes. During the seal form state, entered by using ultimate damage dealt by Rappa ignores 50% of the target's defense after exiting the state, regenerate 20 energy. It's kind of similar to Firefly's E1 that has the same defense ignoring stuff. So this is pretty nice. Plus regenerate 20 energy so you can get back into her ult faster. Kind of nice. Then her E2, the enhanced basic attacks. First 2 hits have their toughness reduction against the one designated enemy increased by 50%. That'll be pretty helpful. Then for E4, while in the sea form state, increase ally speed by 12%. I mean, W, free speed for the team. And then E6, while battle starts, Rappa gains 5 points of her talent charge, whose upper limit is 5 points. After launching the 3rd hit of Demon Blade, gain 5 points of charge. Pretty much just have a bunch of charge forever and then go absolutely crazy. If I was going to recommend a dupe, E1's probably like the stopping point. E2 is cool, but I mean, it's really just E1 as the really good dupe. So if you're a big Rappa fan, you know, and you want to get E1, that's definitely not a waste. It's kind of like Firefly E1 where it's really helpful. I got Firefly E1 because I Wasn't a huge fan of the skill point usage because I wanted to spam skill with Harmony MC as much as I could, and look and behold, E1 Firefly, got it. I never have to worry about skill points, even if I have to spam Gallagher skill for whatever reason. But other than that, that is Rappa's kit. I can see my cat messing with something in the corner, so actually let me go deal with that real quick. Alrighty, cat dealt with. He was going crazy fighting, I think, a fluff ball or something, so I just let him out and he ran out. But anyway, Rappa is a pretty decent super break character. Now the downside to Rappa is she wants, you know, a lot of enemies. She's definitely not going to be better than Firefly or Boot Hill for single targets, so she really is just going to excel in Pure Fiction, which to me personally, Pure Fiction is probably the easiest mode. Obviously, if you don't have someone like Himiko or Jade, it's going to be a bit harder, right? Or like Argenti, so-and-so, Herta built, all that good stuff. But to me, if you are a unit meant for Pure Fiction, I probably would rate you a bit lower than characters who are just, you know, your generic boss killers, right? So Rappa will lose a couple points for me for that. However, if you do not have a super break character and you need help in Pure Fiction, Rappa will be pretty decent for that. You definitely want to run here with the super break team of Harmony MC. They're free, Gallagher or Linxia, depending on who you have. And then, of course, Ruan Mei, as always. If you have Firefly and you're using them on her team, it's going to be a bit rough because we don't really have a good substitute for Ruan Mei. Asta technically works, but most so on the Firefly team, so you'd have to take that off of her. So if you don't have Ruan Mei, Linxia, or Gallagher, she might be a bit rough of a pickup. I'm not gonna lie, you might not see her full use. You could probably get away with running like Asta and then a sustain like full flow and then from Harmony MC and her, but it's gonna be a bit jank. In terms of light cones, there actually is a free Herta shop one that gives you an attack percent buff and then speed, and then works with multiple enemies being hit. So you can use that on Rappa as long as you're using her in Pure Fiction or a fight with many enemies. And then there's also a 4-star Sunday light cone that increase break effect and speed after you ult, which is pretty nice, right? That one is a gacha light cone though, so if you don't have it, you could just rock the Herta one, or obviously you could just get her own light cone, right? At the end of the day, that is going to be her best slot. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for the Rappa breakdown. If there's any like funny teams in the future, I'll probably do a video on it as well. I haven't seen anything too crazy. Pretty much every time I've seen Rappa being used in the like early showcase videos, it's always with like the generic super break team. We'll have to see if once she drops there's any like funny team you can run with her to do some funny shenanigans. But other than that, should use something for Rappa. If you have Firefly and you're content with Firefly and you can clear Pure Fiction, I don't see much use for Rappa, right? You have your super break character for super break content that wants you to use super break, and then if you don't need help in Pure Fiction, you definitely don't need the Erdation unit. Now if you need help in Pure Fiction and you have the Ruan Mei and whatnot for her, I think she'd be an okay pickup. Do note that Acheron and Venturion are going to be coming out after she leaves. Donheng is also rerunning, which I'll have a Donheng should you summon probably going up in the morning of me recording this, whatever that is. I'm assuming this is going to go live after I'm done talking, but so if you want them, do keep that in mind. And then obviously Tingyun and Sunday are going to be next patch. If you do summon for Rappa, you should have a good amount of Jades to be able to throw at Sunday. But obviously if you lose 50-50 for Rappa and then lose 50-50 for Sunday, it could be a bit dicey, so plan accordingly with your Jades. This patch actually has a pretty decent amount of Stellar Jades thanks to the Simulated Universe update. I think it's 3,500 if I'm not mistaken. It could be 2,500. It's one of those, right? But that's a pretty big chunk alongside the normal amount we get through logins, or if you have the daily login thing, MOC, Pure Fiction, Apocalypse Shadow resetting, so you do have a good shot. But yeah, like I said, do keep in mind who is coming next, especially if you really want Acheron or Venturion. They are coming up. But anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Best of luck if you do summon for Rappa. I will have a summon video the day she goes live, so don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And of course, I'll catch y'all in the next one.